So this is about writing complex sentences. So the first thing that we need to do, as always when we're writing complex sentences, is when we start off with our simple sentences to identify the different parts of the sentence. So first of all, let's identify the nouns in the sentence. So the nouns in Peter ran away from the forest are here and here. So the nouns are Peter and forest. So now let's identify the verbs. So we've got a verb here. So the verb in this sentence, which of course is our doing word, is what the person is doing, is ran. So we're going to add a clause to the verb. So our simple sentence is Peter ran away from the forest. And so we're going to add a clause here. And the clause that we're going to add, as usual, we need to make sure that our clause is relevant to what we're doing. So it can't be a clause that's got nothing to do with Peter running away from the forest. So we want to add some extra information to the verb that we've put into our sentence. So we want some more information about Peter running. So I've decided to put in as fast as his legs would carry him. So now we've got a sentence that looks like this. Peter ran as fast as his legs would carry him from the forest. Now, when we're adding a clause to the verb, we don't necessarily have to put the clause right next to the verb. Here's our verb ran, and our clause comes directly after it, and then the rest of the sentence is finished off here. But in our second example here, ran is here, but we've gone to the end of the simple sentence, and then we've added our clause onto the end of it. It still makes sense that way. So Peter ran from the forest as fast as his legs would carry him. That's still a clause about the verb, but it doesn't have to be right next to the verb. And as always with complex sentences, we need to make sure that we've put commas to separate the clause from the rest of the sentence. So in this first example, we've got 2 commas because our clause is in the middle of the sentence, so we need a clause at the beginning and the end. But in our second example, we only need 1 comma because we've added the clause at the end of the sentence. As always, adding a clause does make our sentence complex, but there's always some added extras. So Peter ran as fast as his legs would carry him from the forest. We're going to add some adjectives. So the adjectives are added to the nouns in the sentence. And remember, our nouns were Peter and forest. We've also added a noun in the clause that we've put in. Legs is a noun as well. So I've added tired to describe Peter's legs, and I've added shadowy and sinister to describe the forest. So now we've got Peter ran as fast as his tired legs would carry him from the shadowy, sinister forest. Again, we need to remember to include our commas in the sentence, so we've got a comma here and a comma here to separate the clause from the rest of the sentence, but we've also got a comma here because we've got more than 1 adjective, so effectively we've got a list of adjectives, and as always with lists you need to separate each part of the list with a comma. So our final sentence is Peter ran as fast as his tired legs would carry him from the shadowy, sinister forest.